We here. Let's get into it. Got the whole gang done jumped in here early this morning. Hey, y'all making me feel like I'm a celebrity. You know, got everybody commenting in the chat. You know, dropping they 2 cents before I even jump in the scene. You know, as the old school say, jump on the scene with the gangster lean. Woo woo woo. What's going on? Got Michaela in the building. We got Alonzo and Marie. What's going on with you? Alonzo, Kayla, uh, Queena, and Sweet Thumb. What's going on to everybody in the building? Shout out to y'all coming in. Shout out to y'all coming in. Hey, I'm just gonna let y'all know when it come down to social media has ruined people's life. Social media has made people famous, making money, and it also broke up relationships. But we're gonna get into a little bit of that. But the main thing is social media is an influence that drives your money. A lot of people don't realize. Tamika Davis in the building, cool gamer. What's going on? So the issue with social media being the influence, it drives the catalyst for everybody to their pockets. Like, man, I don't know what it is. Just something about it. Miss T in the building. What's going on, Miss T? Shout out to you. Hey, Miss T, I'm gonna just let you know offhand, what you was experiencing yesterday was a different type of channel. They focus on a lot of things, but hey, it's cup of tea to a lot of people. You gotta be in it to win it most of the time. But more or less, like I said, getting into this, there's a lot of things, you know, dealing with social media that influence your money. A lot of people they get to a degree where they say, well, um, I got to get this car because I seen this influencer have. I got to get this shirt or I got to get this outfit. I want the Gucci because this influencer had the Gucci shirt. When Soldier Boy came out with the Gucci headband, everybody was trying to find like I haven't seen a headband in so long. Everybody was literally trying to find headbands, and it was crazy. I'm like, wow, like what's the deal with this headband wave now? Everybody on headbands? Like that's what we doing? Boss Lady Denise in the building. But it came down to it where Soldier Boy kind of started a trend, and then you had people moving forward to try to, get into it. What is going on here? All right, so let me go back. But overall, like with social media, you have your good and your bad with everything. And so, far as the money wise with social media, it makes people want to spend more money, or to a point, it makes you want to save. Over here, I try to get you to save a little bit. I try to get you to, kind of look at different other options. And what is going on here? All right. So I'm connected to the internet. Why am I not? I'm getting this little spinning wheel. So I just bought this tablet and I'm trying to, start showing pictures and stuff like I was doing previous, on a couple of other lives, but it ain't working for me. Um, but for the most part, if you look into the description, I had several things in there, that was pretty much displaying and talking about, uh, you know, going into the influence aspect of your finance and everything else. Well, and pretty much it focused on where they did the survey, and it explained more than 44% of people, you know, pretty much was inclined to travel more, going through social media. They was inclined to, you know, buy certain things by influencing by, you know, their favorite channels, their favorite influencers. It's more of a celebrity status. So, just because a celebrity is wearing something, I want to wear it too. Just because a celebrity is doing something, I want to do it too. And when it come down to it, you have a lot of people that can kind of work and move the market. Let's say social media. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like even with crypto, you look at Kim Kardashian, she got in trouble influencing people to, buy into crypto, certain crypto companies that she was dealing with. And overall, you know, this company went belly up, and she got her money for promotion. And I'm quite sure she invested a little bit of herself, but it pushed the market to where so many people got into that. And her influence had a lot of people out to dry, you know. And Indiana Jackson, what's going on with you? And it's like that impulse thing. We was talking about yesterday your need versus your wants. And technically I don't need to have something. I don't need to go on this grandioso trip because I seen an influencer go to Cabo and that was the best thing. Lonzo back in the building. Like Cabo was the best thing, and man, oh man, this looks so nice. I seen this influencer go to Cabo. Now I want to go to Cabo. Shout out to Erica Williams. I frequently watch her channel so much. Erica Williams, the classy climb, and she deals a lot with finance, budgeting, and business and things of that nature. And one of the key things she was focused on a lot previously, Pretty Chocolate Girl, what's going on with you? And she was talking about influencers being able to get their own channels, you know, on TV. There's a guy by the name of Talk Heavy, Passport, and so his thing was he fill up his passport. He talk heavy about everything. He goes to places. He don't go there because he's a man. He don't just talk about the women. He talk about the food. He talk about the dressing. He's talking about the hot places to go. The deals you can get. Everything. So he would break down a lot of things, dealing with him, and he got sponsored to the point where there was credit card companies coming to him. There were different people that want him to book, at their travel agency and promote their travel agency. Because he was doing a lot of this stuff on the whim out of his own pocket, and him working a job. But his thing was he got to a point where he was able to influence um so many people to companies were just coming after him, begging him, "Hey man, we need you to come over here. Hey man, we need you to do this. Hey man, and that was the thing. You want to get to the status when you're doing, social media to be a big influencer so you can have people or companies reach out to you to sponsor because, let's face it, influencing is big. You guide you guide the buying power, you know you guide people's ultimate decision to, you know, buy things, and so forth, you know. And even with the social media influence, a lot of people, they go into it with, the state of shock, depression, a fear of missing out. So just because everybody else is doing it, I got to get to the same status and doing the same. And it ultimately leads to a point of insecurity to where what's going on, big dog in the building? What's going on with you, man? You know, like I always say, drop your links, share your channels. Everybody over here has a wrench, so you're able to, pull up anybody's channel if need be. Check out their channel, see how you like it, and focus on, certain things that, hey, if I rock with this guy, I rock with him. If I don't, I don't. I'm just pushing the channel to see, you know, who want to look at something, if it enters you, it enters you. You know, just pretty much promoting channels and getting people to check out channels and see how they like them. But for the most part, though, shout out to everybody in here. When you're dealing with social media, the influence is heavy. I've been waiting on this doggone thing to come on for a minute. I was trying to show some pictures, but I don't know if my internet is just not connecting properly. I don't know what's going on with it. I might be connected to the wrong thing. Let's see. Okay. Got it to where I'm connected. Lisa J in the building. How you doing? All right. So it's connected. I don't know if it's the signal or what. No, it's kind of cold out here, so I don't know if it's trying to jumpstart or anything. But Lisa J in the building. How you doing? Young Riaz, what's going on? All right, so let's try this one more time. Let's go to the internet and see if I can search some on the internet. Okay, so I'm getting it. So it's something that I'm dealing with something that I'm dealing with the StreamYard. X out of that and go back to it. Yeah, but for the most part though, like being an influencer, it's big gains. You have a lot of people. You can sway opinions. Prime example. During the elections, there was a lot of people that their opinions about who they wanted to be the president got swayed due to their influences. It was the same thing with Trump when he was in office. When Trump went into office, there was a lot of people. Prime example, Kanye West. Kanye came in a situation to where he was looking at himself to, influence people to deal with, the election and everything else. Okay, always. Okay, I'm back. I'm hooked up now. Let me see if I can get these pictures on here, get them started, and then we go from there. But for the most part, speaking into about the buying power. All right, come on, let's go. All right, there go my mic. Have to turn this down over here. I won't get that echo. All right, just mute everything. So I'm only showing pictures. And let's see, can I? Oh man, I think this thing, I might have to. So this tablet won't even let me share pictures like my other tablet did. Well, back to the drawing board. Okay. Might see. I'm on the internet for it. And that's crazy. I had some good pictures too, man. All right. Well, let me go back in here. Am I getting the echo? This is a Samsung Tab 7, I think. Okay, there it goes. Popping up. It just went out. It just flickered on me. Why you sugar in the building? I see you. All right. All right, so there you go. Actually, when I turned it sideways, everything popped up. All right, so here we go. Banners. Okay. Okay. Private. Oh, okay. The invite. Good. Hey, technology, man. Technology. All right. So basically, for the most part, let me drop this weather screen down and just keep that one in the back. All right. So basically, for the most part, there's a couple of pictures. If I can get them pulled up, if not, I'm just gonna talk about them and go from there. Stream information, because it's just actually jumped the screen and then it came back. All right, I'm just gonna go off. So basically, I had a picture. I was trying to actually show them all to get everything in form. So first off, Jordans. Jordan is one of the biggest influencers, pretty much for the most part. And with Jordan and his brand, the iconic Jordans, they pretty much overall, a big scale. Mm, let's go here. And because I'm getting an echo from my tablet, so I'm just gonna drop my other channel from the screen and pull it off the stage. Add to stage, mute. Okay, boom. All right, I'm done with it. It wouldn't share. I'm gonna try to get the kinks out. I was working last night. I did a little test run. Everything was good. Okay, back to it. All right, so you got Jordans. Jordan is one of the iconic brand for a lot of the basketball players. Branding. Jordan shoes. He's limiting the number of shoes he bring out for his influence, and in return, that influence that he's promoting, his shoes are like limited to where he's influencing more people to buy shoes because they think like they're not going to be around. There's not going to be many. So it's to a point where you have to hurry up and get these shoes before everybody else. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah. It it's a give or take. When you're young, you want the shoes, but when you get older, you look at the stock being the best option. Prime example, there's a story with this young kid. He wanted shoes. His mom was in finance, and she was like, "Well, if you buy a pair of Jordans, you got to buy the Jordan stock." So as a young kid, he would save his money allowance, get things, and he would always buy the stock and buy the shoes. In return, garnered a lot of money in stock. Then he started investing in other things. Real young guy, and start getting real savvy with it. And his mom, thank her for putting him on to that. Prime example, influencing in music. Drake and Kanye West. They have their little beef, but at the same time, their influence into music had so many people on a level to the point where they would always have to buy these songs. They would always have to get those hits that they drop in, and a lot of people would go broke. Back in the day, they had the $10 at Best Buy album. You know how many people didn't want a CD, but because it was $10 compared to every other store, that they couldn't compete. Back in the day, Texas was one of the biggest home of the you know breakout artists that was local and garnered so much respect. Same thing to Master P. He was a hot local artist and took his talents on the road, going to every state, selling the CDs out of his trunk, selling the cassette tapes out of his trunk. That's what made him real big. And Texas is real big and known for that. You had people like Slim Thug, DJ Screw, Lil Kiki, Fat Pack, all the local artists down there that, typically everybody heard of a Scarface. Slim Thug got himself real big at one point. But yeah, it ran a lot of local mom and pops out of business because they were selling the CDs 16 and $20, but they were giving quality music to artists, and just them buying it from a distributor, they couldn't compete with that Best Buy. So overall, they kind of got shot. Influencing, you got Kim Kardashian. Spite her making the tape with Ray J and being the assistant to I think it was the what was the Paris Hilton. I think she was her assistant, her and dealing with Nicole Richie. But with her getting famous from there, dealing with Kanye and moving forward, her influence, she has her younger sister made a $1 billion. Well, it started off $1 million, but because of her lip gloss, I think she sold out the first day drop. She sold out in probably like 2 hours or something. So that's a big influence, and it garners people's pocket and their money. And a thing to where when celebrities are jumping on these waves and attaching themselves to names, their influence make people spend money. So it gets to a point to where, a lot of times, if you know how to promote, you can promote with artists and you make your brands pop. The clothing company, well, the shoes started off, Babe and Nate, then came into the clothing company and so forth. His branding deal was giving celebrities his clothes for free, and they were, walking promotion for him to the point where he didn't have to pay no money really to people. Spike, what a lot of people may think about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, the way he promoted a brand for himself as being a counselor to men and women and an influencer, he made a lot of money. He influenced a lot of people in the game to do things and go forth. And man, I wish I really would have showed this picture. I think I'm gonna post it in my community wall so y'all can see it. I mean, it's pretty good. It gives the rundown of every social media site, what their influence is, how they help, you know, it shows how Facebook users share over 2.5 billion, you know, pieces of content every day. 2.5 billion a day. That's what their content shares. Twitter, 5,700 tweets a second. A second. Shows you how so many people across the whole United States and across the world are at the same time, working and doing this and doing that. Pinterest shows that their user percentage is 32% male, 68% females on Pinterest. I don't really use Pinterest or go on Pinterest that much, just showing the breakdown. Twitter showing 560 million active users. 560 million active users. They're going to be influenced some way, somehow to purchase something, look at something, take a trip, and so forth. Instagram as well, 150 million active users. Google, 400 million active users on Google. Believe it or not, a lot of people have Google just for emails, um, using Google Drive. There's a lot of ways to be influenced, you know, and they have a quick one. I'll share this one as well. 7 simple steps to becoming an influencer on social media. You know, oh, excuse me, but for the most part, you have one, you have you have your niche. You know, choose a niche that fits. You choose a niche that fits you. Something that you like, something that you can speak on, something that you can, relate to, something that is real easy, something that gets, easily gone, and that you can, work with. Um, Two, set up a social media account. You have a plethora of different social media accounts you can use. Mostly YouTube, Facebook, X now, formerly known as Twitter, um, Instagram. I think what is it, Snapchat. So many different companies you can use as an influence, and it sets you up. Uh, Creating, and this is one of the biggest. That's why I've been trying to go live at 7:30 every morning so I can get a schedule. Is creating a schedule and posting it to let people know the schedule. Like, I'm gonna actually start next week or so, or probably next month. I'm gonna start scheduling certain days that I do certain things because, you know, like what I'm trying to experience, expound and, grow. It's gonna be more than just finance. That's why I'm getting into more or less. I talk about finance, talk about feelings, life insurance, and all that, but I want to get into more avenues to, grow. A lot of people don't want to listen to finance all day. That's why I'm talking about the influence piece. A lot of people on social media, they're being influenced, and this is relating to finance. That's why I'm going into that. Four, know your target audience. You know, look for partners. Five, you know, promote your social media accounts, you know, and that's one of the biggest things. A lot of people don't promote themselves. Even when they do short videos, nobody knows you go live if you don't say that I go live every morning at 7:45. You know, they'll just see a short. I rarely sub to shorts. I even go through their channels and look if I see if a video is real funny and they make comments. But other than that, I mostly like the video and go to the next video. So when someone tells me, "Yeah, man, I go live every day this time," I'll like them, sub, hit the bell, because if you like the content, you're gonna always come back. You know. And another bigger thing is interacting with your followers. That's another key thing a lot of people talk about, and doing. I have a lot of other different ones. I'm gonna go into the money aspect real quick, and I yeah about almost to the 30, so I might jump off here in a minute because I gotta go get this money. All right, so basically starting off with YouTube from 100K to 500K, that's about $12,500. You know, um, for 5K to a million, 25,000. You got 1 million to 3 million, 125,000. 3 million to 7 million is 187,500, and pretty much you have Cat Williams just did that interview, and this is where Club Shay Shay checks in at the over 7 million is 300,000. And so when you going into that, like you getting over 7 million, you getting 300,000. So I would assume that Shannon Sharp would getting, I think he's at 40 million for that one. And since he's at 40 million for that one, hey, you might as well say he easily hit 1 million. Facebook, same, you know, going into the same 100 to 500, you get about 6,000, 250. That's the second highest in Facebook. The third from that one is Instagram is 5, and it's all in the same category from 100 to 500,000. Snapchat about 5, the same as Instagram. Divine is 3,750, and Twitter is only 2,000. Now the highest back once again, once you hit over 7 million, you got Facebook, which is coming in under YouTube. YouTube was 300,000. Facebook is 187,500. That's at the same 3 million to 7 million for YouTube. All right. So with Instagram, if you get over 7 million, it's 150. Snapchat is 150. Vine is 112,500, and Twitter comes in. If you make over 7 million views, you only get 60,000. That's not a lot. So I guess a lot of people more or less use Twitter just for the entertainment or promoted aspect because they don't really pay as much. And another thing, shout out to Alonzo. Alonzo talks about this. You have people like Wall Street Trapper. Wall Street Trapper is one of the ones that came in the game, went to jail, had a story to tell people how to make money, and even one of his friends called him out as him not being so truthful into the aspect of selling a dream to people because he know this guy personally. So that's a heavy influence for me to come in the game and tell you that, hey, I can make you be a millionaire. And to a degree, you're not even a millionaire yourself. Probably a thousandaire, but not a million. You got another other person like Grant Cardone. I had this picture of Grant. I'm gonna show this one as well. Grant having a helicopter. The stream was it G5, but it's not a G5. It's called the Gulfstream private plane, and he has the Rolls Royce in the back of him, and he's doing this for promotion. Grant Cardone has a white T-shirt, blue vest, nice what is it called? Taylor Philippe or whatever, one of those watches. But the thing of it is, he's not wearing the flashy jewelry and all this stuff. He's promoting himself. Grant Cardone. Anybody who hasn't lived up on a rock know about Grant Cardone. Now the thing is, he's selling himself as being this big mobile. But then if you go and watch JT the Pocket Watcher, JT talks about how Dang, okay, man, I'm talking. I had myself on mute. But Grant is a big real estate mogul. Grant sells, I mean, well, he mostly buys and holds, but real estate. And he don't do just houses. He tried to go after buildings. Like he has a lot of buildings in Florida. I mean, multifamily, that's where the money at, and commercial property. Lonzo will contest to this. I'm quite sure Lisa J will too. Going into that, Grant has made his money like that, just promoting, buying, stuff that in big quantities. Sexy Red, what's going on? The crazy part about Grant is, he started off in the game small, and he found a lane. He had some investors willing to back him. Like right now, a lot of stuff he's into and on. He has a lot of people in his pocket. He has a lot of people money. You can read about the stories of him maybe scamming or not scamming. It's up to you to, do your research and understand. But when it comes down to it, Grant is Grant, and Grant Cardone, his name is a powerhouse, you know, Cardone. And, a lot of times you have these influence, and I'm gonna end with this one with the what is it called? Timu. And Timu is one of the biggest things too, because Timu has it commercial. I'm shopping like a billionaire. And if you see it on YouTube, I never really seen it until I got dealing with Dr. Dunbar. Dr. Dunbar was referring and talking about it a lot, and that's when I started seeing the commercial. But Timu was another one that have you influenced to be inclined to spend so much money. You know, the thing about Timu with them, their stuff is so cheap, and it gets you to a point where you think like, man, it's so cheap. Why not get it? That's the thing with the Dollar Tree. When I used to go to the Dollar Tree, I would spend so much money at the Dollar Tree because everything was a dollar. And before you know it, you look around, you spent so much money, at the Dollar Tree. But overall, say the least, about to get ready to jump off. All this influence coming from people, you have your social media influencers, you have your celebrity influence, you have politicians and all these other influencers to try to get you to buy things, try to get you to sway your opinion, and mainly it's up to you. You know, you're the one with the last decision about spending your money. But the thing of it is, why choose influencing you? Why choose, actually put you in a situation? Yeah, Sean's another one, at the same time. But once again, shout out to everybody. And more or less, you know what I always say when I jump off of here? We here and we gone.